Welcome back to Jolie Griffin Field. Samford on top of Austin Peay 4-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. Blake Gardner alongside John McAfoose. John, good to have you back tonight. Middle innings are all yours, sir.
Thank you, Blake. 4, 5, and 6 batters due up for Austin Peay, and now Samford got a nice lead to work behind. 4 runs in the bottom half of the third. They break through against Tyler Thompson. Thompson cruised for a couple innings. Samford came out with a pretty aggressive approach in that bottom half of the third. Put up 4 runs on 5 hits. Tristan out for his 4th inning of work. Longest he had gone this year prior tonight, 3 1/3. Never really know what to expect in these bullpen games, especially when both of these teams had a game last night as well. So back-to-back midweek games, you expect to see a lot of pitching. Often you expect to see a lot of offense. So far, Tristan has been dealing. He had some control issues with 3 walks in the first, but has not allowed a hit yet. He's retired 8 straight Governors. Parker Phillips digs in to get things started for Austin Peay in the top of the fourth. He swings at the first pitch he sees and puts a drive in the center, but plenty of room out there for Max Pinto to his right, and 1 pitch, 1 out for Weidra here to begin the fourth.
Just the kind of outs Weidra likes to see. There's a lot of pitches to get through the first, and the next delivery from Weidra will be pitch number 55 of his outing. So as many of those 1 pitch, 1 outs as he can get to try to extend this outing. As Skinner got Samford pitching off to a solid start last night. 4 2/3 from him, gave up 2 runs, struck out 4. Weidra was on thin ice there in the top of the first, but since kind of rebounded here.
Flaherty struck out his first plate appearance, takes outside for ball 1. It was a tough loss, no question about that, for Samford last night, and 4 losses in their last 5 games. Samford just kind of looking to get back on track. They would love a win tonight to try to get some of that momentum back. They played a pretty good Kennesaw State team last weekend. That's in there for a college strike, 1-1. And a pretty good Alabama team in the midweek game last week. Crimson Tide off to a really good start this season in the SEC.
Austin Peay had a tough night in the Grove against Ole Miss last night. Dropped 1, 11-4.
One to Flaherty, fouled off towards the Austin Peay dugout. Yeah, pretty good Ole Miss team. Top 10, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, number 9 last check of the top 25, depending on which poll you prefer. Really, that scoreline a bit misleading. Ole Miss put up a 6 spot in the bottom of the 8th. It was nip and tuck there for a good bit before the Rebels pounded against the Austin Peay bullpen.
Weidra sets and delivers the 1-2. Flaherty gets a piece and fouls it back into the net. Austin Peay does have, I think, 1 Power 5 win. They beat Fighting Illini in the Big Ten early in the season, 2-0. Big Ten not necessarily the strongest baseball conference, but still a Power 5 win for Austin Peay. Flaherty 15 for 41 on the season. That one is high and outside, 2-2. Flaherty leading the Governors in average, came in with a 375 batting average. OPS over 1,000 entering today. 1,100 to be exact before that strikeout back in the first inning. Top and middle of this Governor's order has done a lot of damage all season long.
Ouch.
Yeah, just getting a piece of that and staying alive. And got a piece of Mason Williamson as well. We'll go out quickly and talk to Weidra.
It hurts when you get a hit behind home plate. Tracy Cheek trying to walk it up the first base side. It hurts anyway when it's normal weather. It hurts a little bit more when it's as chilly as it is tonight.
Flaherty is starting in the outfield for the Governors tonight in left field. He's spent quite a bit of time at first base as well. Started at first base all 3 games last weekend in that series against Indiana State. Really hot over the past week or so. And he's now worked the count full against Weidra.
Good battle here from Flaherty. Bouncing back after a tough showing against Weidra in his first AB.
Weidra has retired 8 straight. Here is the 3-2 pitch, and that is low, and so a good battle goes the way of Andrew Flaherty. He works a walk after falling behind in the count. So the first base runner, Weidra, has seen on base since back in the first inning. 1-out walk for Flaherty.
Pushes Weidra over 60 pitches now, 62 deliveries for him so far, 35 of those have been strikes, as Austin Peay's got their first base runner since the top of the first.
I think nearly 30 pitches in that first inning for Weidra, which really got that pitch count up. Austin Peay, we mentioned a team that'll make them work for sure. They're not going to swing at a lot of pitches out of the zone. Guy with a lot of patience, or a team with a lot of patience, I should say, throughout the lineup. John McDonald was a strikeout victim of Weidra, his first at bat to end the first inning. Weidra, 4 Ks all in the first 2 innings of work as the count is even. McDonald, 1 ball and 1 strike. McDonald, one of the 2 freshmen in Austin Peay's starting lineup tonight. That's 4 for 26. Both McDonald and Bobby Head, the other freshman, have gotten off to pretty slow starts offensively as they adjust to the college game. McDonald takes a called strike there, and he's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It is an adjustment, no doubt about it. Big leap from no matter how high of a level you played in high school to the best of the best here at the D1 level.
1-2, a little bit low. And Samford's freshmen, we mentioned, have gotten off to really good starts, but you're going to see them have their fair share of struggles sometime throughout this season as well. It really happens for everyone. Baseball is a grind, and it's a long season. You're going to have your ups and your downs. It's a little tougher to start slow because then you're staring that batting average in the face every time you come to the plate. This one is dribbled just inside the first baseline, and that is nearly a double play, as fielding over at first was Carlson, just inside the first base bag, steps on the bag, throws down to Fryman, and they nearly got Flaherty at second for the double play, but he was in there just by a fraction of an inch.
And for a guy that doesn't play a whole lot of first base, that's about as good as you can make that play for Carlson. Behind the bag at first, able to get to the bag and then put it on the money to Fryman at second base. Flaherty just a little bit too quick, narrowly beats the throw. But a fine defensive play for Brooks Carlson, a second baseman who's moonlighting as a first baseman tonight.
That did not look like his first go-round of playing first base right there. Pretty nice play from Brooks Carlson.
Footwork and athleticism, man, it translates. It helps to have athletes on the diamond, especially if you can play multiple positions.
Lonnie Williams was a strikeout victim to begin the second inning. Takes well outside there, and he's quickly ahead 2-0. 34 for the senior. He's had a home run and 8 runs driven in. He's ahead 3-0. Weidra trying to pitch around. Runner on second with 2 away. Walked 3 batters in the first and retired 9 straight before that walk to Flaherty. Now standing at second base, 3-0. He's in there for a called strike. Willis taken all the way on the 3-0.
See if Weidra can take the long road back. He's been able to locate a little bit better since the first, really work that outside corner. This will likely be fastball all the way. Straight up challenge against Amani Willis.
Here is the 3-1 from Weidra, and it's in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Willis did not think so. He tossed his bat. He was ready to head down to first. So Weidra does battle back from 3-0 to make it 3-2. Willis will have to regroup, pick up his bat, and step back into the box.
Zone might have got just a little wider here on 3-2.
I don't think he's going to be taking any close pitches after that little bat flip right there. Here is the 3-2 pitch. He does take it, and it is low, and so this time Willis will head down to first. Second walk of the inning for Weidra. 5th walk issued overall for the righty. Austin Peay still does not have a hit in this game. They have had 5 base runners by way of walk. That'll bring up Bobby Head with 2 on and 2 out.
Walks are just frustrating because hints at the inefficiency that Weidre's kind of struggled with tonight. No one's really put the ball in play with a lot of hard contact against him. He generates another swing and a miss, but every time you give away pitches, give away bases, you just keep driving up that pitch count. Your leash gets shorter and shorter.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you never want to issue free passes, but especially with that 4-run lead, you want to come out and pound the strike zone and not put free runners on base, but he's quickly ahead of Bobby Head. 0-2, his head takes a couple of big swings and misses to start his second at-bat. Flew out to Max Pinto in center field, his first AB. Bobby Head, the freshman third baseman, with 2 on and 2 out, 0-2 pitch. Well outside. Easy take that time for Bobby Head. 4 for 21 on the season. 7th start of the 2018 year for Bobby Head. Tristan Weidre trying to get out of a jam here. It's well outside, count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Give this Austin Peay lineup credit. Weidre has been a little erratic at times, but they haven't gone out of the zone a whole lot to help him out by any stretch.
Sets, delivers, the 2-2 swung on and missed. Weidre bumps his fist. He pitches around a couple of base runners. A really nice job from Tristan Weidre. 4 scoreless and 4 hitless for the righty as he pitches around a couple of walks. Samford will come back to the plate in the bottom half of the 4th with a 4-0 lead next on the SoCon Digital Network.